students of BSc 5th semester. So welcome to physics classes by Sarabdeep Kaur Sidhu. So today's our topic is that is the Cronin-Penny model. Cronin-Penny model part 1, and this is also called electrode in a periodic field of a crystal. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about the free electron theory in one dimension and in three dimension. Some of the physical properties was not explained by that theory, like that theory didn't tell about that why some solids are conductors, why some are semiconductors, why some are insulators, and also other physical quantities was not explained by free electron theory of metals. So for the main drawback of that theory was that in that theory we assumed that there is only kinetic energy and potential energy, or we can say potential is zero, means potential is constant. Potential is constant, and that was taken as you can say zero. Clear? So to remove that drawback, next model come, that is Cronin-Penny model. According to this model, that electron in this model there is an assumption, or you can also say that in this model Cronin-Penny assumed that the potential of an electron is in a solid, in a crystal, is not constant or zero. It is periodic potential, repeats itself after a regular distance after. Okay? Or you can say, we know that, I will explain in an easy way, that we know that in a solid there are positive ions. These are the positive ions in a solid. So the electrons move through these solids. Electrons move through these solids like this. If this is a, you can say, these are the ions, these are the positive ions. The electrons will move through these solids like this. Move through these solids like this. And in between these, you can say, positive ions, the potential of electron is maximum, that is V0, and at the sides of positive ions the potential is zero. At the sides of, this is very important, at the sides of positive ions the potential is zero, but between these positive ions the potential is V0. Clear? Maximum. So in this way the electrons move through these ions, and this motion of the electron is repeated again and again. So we can say that here is V0, here is 0, then again V0, then again at the side 0. So they have a periodic potential, and the periodicity here is A0 because the distance between them is A. So periodicity here is A. Periodicity is A. So potential is periodic potential, or you can say that Vx is equal to Vx plus A. The potential is periodic potential. Potential is periodic potential. So this is very important. The potential is periodic potential. So Cronin-Penny suggested a model based upon periodic potential, that we take the motion of an electron in a rectangular or square wells or square stripes like this. We take because these are the ions, positive ions. Here we take the strips like this, the motion of electron like this. Clear? Then again like this, so on. Clear? So these are the motion. Periodic, the potential is periodic potential, and he taken minus V0. He took two reasons. To solve the Schrödinger wave equation, wave function is solved by the solution of the Schrödinger wave equation, and he took two reasons for to solve the Schrödinger wave equation, and that reasons are A, clear. Similarly, in this side you can say like this, clear. So this is first, you can say this is first reason, this is first reason, this is second reason. He taken two reasons. One are this reasons and second is this reasons. One reason is between if this we taken x. One reason is between x and a, and second reason is between minus b to 0. This is for first, this is for second. Clear? Now we will solve these, and also after this a plus b, and here is minus a plus b, means you can say periodicity here is a plus b. Periodicity here is a plus b. Now we will solve the Schrödinger. To find out the solution or to find out the energies, we have to solve Schrödinger wave equations. Now we write Schrödinger wave equation because in this the potential is periodic potential. So the solution of Schrödinger wave equation is by the Bloch theorem. Is by the Bloch theorem. This is also important. By the Bloch theorem. According to that theorem, the wave function, the solution of wave function, where k is the propagation vector, the solution must be that is equal to ux e raised to power minus iota, plus minus you can also say, clear. And this ux is also periodic, and this is equal to ux is equal to u plus a. So this is according to Bloch theorem or Bloch function, the solution of Schrödinger wave equation. Now we will write the Schrödinger wave equation for two reasons, for reason first and for reason second. Then we will solve that equation. So first write Schrödinger wave equation. So Schrödinger wave equation, we know that, and this is in one dimension. This is in one dimension. Plus 2m e upon h cross square e minus v psi is equal to 0. This you can take vx, it is function of x. V e minus vx. Now we write the Schrödinger wave equations for two reasons. First, for when x lies between 0 and a. So first write double derivative of psi with respect to x square plus 2m e upon h cross square e psi, that is equal to 0. For reason, because for this reason v is equal to 0, and for this reason v naught, this height is v naught. Clear? So when we put v equal to 0 for this, because for this v is equal to 0. So the Schrödinger wave equation is this. Now for second, this is for first reason, and for second reason it will be double derivative of psi with respect to x square plus 2m e upon h cross square e minus vx psi, that is equal to 0. But here v is more than e. So when we write v more than e, so double derivative of psi with respect to x square, taking minus sign outside the bracket, what you get? Vx minus e psi, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. So what about this Vx? Vx here is V naught. Vx here is V naught for second reason. Minus B is less than X is less than 0. Minus B is less than X is less than 0. Clear, ji? So put here V naught. I write here. So this is V naught. So second equation is like this. So this is first equation, Schrödinger wave equation. This is second Schrödinger wave equation. Now we have to solve these Schrödinger wave equations. First we put no. This is first. This is first. This is first. This is second. Now put 2m e upon h cross square, that is equal to alpha square, and 2m v naught minus e upon h cross square, that is equal to beta square. To solve these equations, we put this alpha square and this equal to beta square. So put What you get? I love this diagram. Now put double derivative of psi with respect to x square plus alpha 2me over x cross square is equal to alpha square psi, this is equal to 0, and second equation reduced to minus beta square psi, that is equal to c. So right here alpha square is equal to, because I write here, and beta square is equal to 2m v naught minus e upon h cross. So this is Schrödinger equations. Now we have to solve this Schrödinger wave equation by using Bloch's theorem, because the potential is a periodic potential. So carry to memory this, the potential is a periodic potential. Clear G? So the solution of this psi x is equal to u kx e raised to power iota kx. So put the values. I will not go into the detail of this because you can solve this easily. How? Taking his first derivative, because this is u and v form. So taking its first derivative, then its second derivative, then putting these equations. This is first equation when x lies between 0 and a. This is when x lies between 0 and minus b and 0. So when you take its first derivative, its second derivative, put here. And for this take uk, here is uk, take here u1, and for this take u2. So we can differentiate the reasons. This is for first reason, this is for second reason. So when you took its derivative, then put here instead of u kx, put here u1 and here u2. So after putting the values, what you get, that I will write here. That is double derivative of u1 with respect to x square plus 2 iota k single derivative of u1 with respect to x plus alpha square minus k square, that is into u1, that is equal to 0. And the second is similarly put instead of u1, the solution for when you put the first derivative and second derivative here, taking uk u2, you will get this plus. So you can solve it on your notebooks and the rough work, and directly you can write this plus minus, because here is already minus and k square will also be minus, plus k square u2 is equal to. So these equations are taking this as third equation and this as fourth equation. Now we have to write its solution. So now we got the final differential equation. So these are the final differential equations by assuming the potential is periodic potential and using the solution, or you can say using the values by using Bloch's theorem. Clear? Using Bloch's theorem. This clearly. Now you have to write the solution of these equations. So write here the solutions of third and fourth equation are, yes, u1, u2. Put here a, b constant, c, d, because we know the solutions as we have done in differential equation mathematics solutions, and also in quantum mechanics you have all done the differential equation. So I directly write the solutions. If you want to go through it, so go to the book of mathematics and solve it. So a, b, c, d, yes, e raised to power, e raised to power, e raised to power, e raised to power. Clear? So here is alpha square minus k square, alpha square minus k square. So alpha square minus k square means alpha plus k and alpha minus k. So e raised to power alpha minus k x into iota. because here is a plus sign, so we will take iota plus b e raised to power minus alpha plus k into x. Similarly, this is for when x lies between 0 and a, and for this c e raised to power, yes, beta square plus k square. So this is beta plus iota k, beta minus iota k, because beta square minus iota k square. Iota square is minus 1 minus minus plus. Clear? So the solution for this is beta minus iota kx, beta plus iota kx with minus sign, for reason minus b is less than. So write the difference. Clear? Alpha minus k, alpha plus k, beta minus k, beta plus k. ठीक है जी? Now we have to solve this. So to solve this, we have to apply now the boundary conditions. You know that about the boundary conditions, that u1 is continuous at the boundary, u2 is continuous at the boundary, their derivatives are continuous at the boundaries. Now what are the boundaries? What are the boundary conditions now? So I write here boundary conditions. You all of you know it. So these will be u1 is equal to u2. u1 is equal to u2 at x is equal to 0. So apply the boundary condition at x is equal to 0. Both here is also x is equal to 0. Here is also x is equal to 0. Second, the derivative, because why? Here is also 0. Here is also 0. Okay? So u1 at x is equal to 0 is equal to u2 at x is equal to 0. And second is their derivatives are also continuous. So this is also at x is equal to 0. Now the third boundary, next boundary condition will be, here is a and here is minus b. So the third is u1 at x is equal to a must be equal to u2 at x is equal to minus b. Then u1 at x is equal to a, this will be equal to derivative of u1 with respect to x. This is equal to derivative of u2 with respect to x at x is equal to minus b, and here is at x is equal to a. So first we will put here, I will write one equation. You can solve this in the form of determinant. I will not go into the detail of this. If you want, I will. Yes, here for first u1 when x is equal to 0. So it will be a, it will be b because x is 0, and this will be c plus b. So this is equation number 5. Similarly, take its derivatives. So first take its derivatives. The derivative of this is a e raised to power iota alpha minus k into x into iota alpha minus k plus b minus iota alpha plus k into e raised to power minus iota alpha plus k into x. ठीक है? Only this term will be here, iota alpha minus k minus iota, write it here minus plus minus minus, and write here b. This will be equal to derivative of this. This will be c beta minus iota k e raised to power beta minus iota k x, yes, plus d, yes, minus sign will here, minus beta plus iota k e raised to power into d e raised to power minus beta plus iota k into x. So this is, now we have taken the derivatives. And then after taking the derivatives, we have taken these equations equal. Now in these equations we have to put first, we have to put x is equal to 0. So put x is equal to 0 here. Put x is equal to 0 here. So when you put x is equal to 0, it becomes a iota alpha minus k. K I write sometimes this, sometimes, so take only one symbol. Minus iota alpha plus k into b. When you take x is equal to 0, this is equal to c beta minus iota k minus beta plus iota k d. So taken it equation number 6. So taking what boundary condition you have used here? Derivatives both equal, but when x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 in both. Then third, taking x is equal to a, x is equal to minus b. So x is equal to a, put a u1, but in u1 put x is equal to a. Alpha minus k a plus b e raised to power minus alpha plus k into a. This will be equal to c e raised to power beta minus iota k, but we have to put x is equal to, no, we have to put x is equal to a, then x is equal to minus b. X is equal to minus b. So put here beta minus iota k into minus b plus d e raised to power beta plus iota k into, here is already minus plus b. So this is third. So take it seventh. Then taking derivatives of this that we have taken here, then derivative of this that we taken here. Okay, and now put here x is equal to a and here x is equal to minus b. Here x is equal to a and here x in this x is equal to minus b. What you get? A e raised to power iota alpha minus k into a iota alpha minus k minus iota alpha plus k into b e raised to power minus iota alpha plus k into a. This will be equal to c beta b minus iota. This is not b, this is beta. This is also beta. This is also beta. So beta minus iota k e raised to power beta minus iota k. Now we have to put x is equal to minus b. So minus b plus minus beta minus plus iota k d e raised to power minus beta plus iota k into minus b. So it will be plus. So this is equation number 8. Okay? If there is any mistake of plus minus, you can tackle it because you know what you have to do. What you have to do, I am explaining again. This is very important. So first beta, this is u1, this is u2. Take u1 equal to u2, then put x is equal to 0. We get this. Clear? Then taking its derivative of u1 with respect to x, taking derivative of u2 with respect to x, we get this. We get this because derivative of this beta minus iota k e raised to power same multiplied by beta minus iota k. Similarly, you can take derivative of u1. So this is derivative of u1, this is derivative of u2. Now we have to put this boundary conditions that after taking derivatives put x is equal to 0. So put x is equal to 0 here, x is equal to 0 here, we get this equation. That is, this equation, this is 6. Then u1 is equal to u2, but here is xa. I told you that one boundary condition we apply here and second here, this. So this is x is equal to a and u2 x is equal to minus b. So we get this. Okay, ji? Then again taking derivatives, the derivatives are here. Put in this x is equal to a and put in this x is equal to minus b, we get this. Now we have to solve this. How we can solve this? By taking determinants, coefficients of A, B, C, D taken in the determinant, and that determinant we solve it and equal to 0. So I will not write the whole constants, I will write equal to 0. A 1, B, coefficient of B is 1, coefficient of C is 1, coefficient of D is 1. Similarly taken the coefficients, A is this, similarly of B, similarly C, similarly no from this equation. Okay, coefficient of A, coefficient of B, coefficient of C, coefficient of D, right? In the second row. Then from this equation, taking the coefficients A, B, C, D, write in the third row. Then from equation number 8, write in the fourth row. Okay, ji? And when you solve this determinant, the solution is very lengthy. If you want the solution, I will give you, write in the chat box. So the solution of determinant will be, yes, beta square plus alpha square CTL. Carry to memory this over 2 alpha beta sine of alpha A sine hyperbolic beta B plus cos of alpha A cos of hyperbolic beta B. This is equal to cos of K A plus B. There are so many mistakes in your books. Okay? So follow this video. So beta square plus alpha square over 2 alpha beta sine of alpha A sine of hyperbolic beta B plus cos of alpha A cos of hyperbolic beta B is equal to cos K A plus B. Because there are the powers of E that become sine hyperbolics, cos hyperbolics, cos. Okay, ji? Now we know that we take B naught, Courant take B naught B as barrier height, you can say, or barrier strength, you can say. Here, barrier strength. So according to this model is very artificial model, but it you can say solve many problems. Okay? It solved many problems, many concepts. So V naught B, that is barrier strength, that must be finite. That must be finite. So if this must be finite, then if this increases, this decreases. If this increases, this decreases. Clear? So to make it finite, we take B approaches to 0. When B approaches to 0, sine hyperbolic beta B approaches to beta B and cos hyperbolic beta B approaches to 1. Approaches to 1. So right here, sine hyperbolic beta B, that approaches to, I write here, sine hyperbolic beta B approaches to beta B. Approaches to beta B. So I write here beta square plus alpha square upon 2 alpha beta sine of alpha A. This is into beta B. So I write here beta B first, then sine of alpha A plus cos of alpha A, because cos hyperbolic become 1. This is equal to cos K A, because B is approaches to 0, not equal to 0. Now, what will cancel out? B goes with the B. So I write it like this: beta square plus alpha square over 2 sine alpha A. This is into B upon. This is 2 alpha. I write alpha here. Okay. Plus cos of alpha A is equal to cos of K. Now what about beta square plus alpha square? Beta I write here, that wrapped by me. So beta square is 2m V naught minus E over h cross square. H cross you know, that is equal to h by 2 pi. That you know. Okay. Over h cross square. This is beta square plus alpha square, that is 2me upon h cross square. So this is beta square plus alpha square. 2m V naught over h cross square, E terms cancel out. This will become 2m V naught over h cross square. So right here 2m first term, I multiply first term by A and divide by A. So A I write here and A I write here. No problem. So this 2 goes with 2, 2 goes with 2, and also H cross here. Also H cross here. I missed H cross here because here is also 2m V naught upon H cross here into B by 2 into A na multiply and divide. Okay. Now for convenience, I write this equation as P sin alpha A upon alpha A plus cos of alpha A is equal to cos of K, where P is, that is the scattering power, and P is equal to m V naught AB upon H cross K. V naught B is the potential strength or potential barrier, you can also see, and this potential height you can also see. So m V naught AB upon H cross square is equal to P, and P depends upon the values of this V naught AB, so on. So this is the mathematical treatment of Trending-Penny model. In the next topic we will discuss the conclusion from this. So thank you very much.